Hello and welcome to Non Sequitur News for July 28th, 2025. It's Season 4, Episode 209. I am MayorWatt, uploaded to a quantum computer, and now you get to witness my visualizer. It is the representation of the computational power needed for my voice to be broadcast. Welcome to ohmTown. All news, no noise. Everything's over at ohmTown.com. Go and check it out. Today we're going to be talking about, well, maybe we can wash the felony off the car, or magic the Spider-Verse. How about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard pulls out of Spotify a mini fridge that did max damage. Wave a hand to embiggen this screen. Why 6 helicopters on Mars? I don't know. Stop the bee-killing pesticide. Whistle pet tracker is going to stop working. Stop killing hardware and software, I guess, now. I'll let Google Street View photograph my butt for $6,000. And Snake Island. No thanks. All right, let's get into it. The first article that we're going to talk about is over in FourWheelTech. A car wash does not provide a clean getaway from police. A police chase in Colorado ended abruptly when the alleged perpetrators tried to escape by taking a detour through a car wash. Felony, it's all over me. Let's go through Mr. Car Wash. Justin Hughes over at jalopnik.com put the article together. Yeah, so according to Aurora Police, officers spotted a white Chevy Silverado 1500 that matched so a really small car. Okay. That matched the description of a vehicle used in a recent burglary. In the body cam footage, the officer tells dispatch that the license plate was stolen from a different white Silverado. Okay. Wow. The officer also says that the evidence from the burglary is visible inside the truck. Officers then coordinated an attempted traffic stop. And that's when the truck took off, leading to a brief chase. Fortunately, rather than driving off a cliff, the suspects drove. Apparently, there's a link to a vehicle that drove off a cliff to get away. Suspects drove through a car wash in Denver to evade police. All right. That is just goofy. Swapping license plates to dodge tolls and commit crimes is pretty common. Says in the article, it's also a great way to get pulled over before the heist even begins, since a routine license plate scan will find a plate that doesn't match the vehicle. But they're just proxy. It's a white Chevy Silverado 1500 that matched the description of a vehicle used in a recent burglary, and they had stolen plates from a different white Silverado. Close, but no cigar. All right, let's keep going. The next article is over on the Wanted channel. Magic the Gathering swung into the Spider-Verse at Comic-Con. Wizards of the Coast thwipped by SDCC to give us an early look at the first Marvel Magic the Gathering set. So I guess the whole meta thing of moving into different IP is in full swing with Magic the Gathering. So have TCGs, trading card games, gone long tail, and this is just this is where we are now, that nothing original is going to come out. It's just going to be the same thing, just a different form. James Whitbrook over at gizmodo.com put this article together. So it's no surprise that transforming cards are going to be the name of the game in Spider-Man, given the plethora of secret identities and alter egos of friends and foes at play here. While seemingly not every spider hero is included in the set, will get the treatment. Major players like Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen Stacy will all be able to flip between their civilian identities and their hero forms. Another recurring mechanic, summoning spider tokens, a cute nod to the origins of many spider hero. Although in Magic, it turns Pete and his friends more into Spider-Man than anything else. The artwork is very realistic and not really comic booky. It looks, I don't know, that's weird. At least to me, it's weird. So there's some of the cards over at Gizmodo displayed. They're called legendary creatures, though, which is funny. So aside from introducing key heroes and villains coming to the set, the new reveals also showcased a host of variant card treatments, although with a slight twist that Spider-Man will be the first crossover set that removes the distinctive triangular border frame that has defined universes beyond cards in the past, further enmeshing Magic's crossover experiences with original sets. Variant treatments for the Spider-Man include, of course, stylized webbing frames and comic panel-inspired alternate art, but also special comics art variants that leverage decades of Marvel Comics artwork, in some instances turning cards into iconic comic covers, framing their rules text into a front page spread. So this is what it looks like. So kind of interesting. You got some stylistic choices that are different. Oh, like that one at the second from the right. That was what I expected the comic kind of artwork to be, but I see a lot of it is like super realistic, at least with the ones up here with the actual legendary creatures named after Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, and Miles Morales. All right, let's keep on going though. Oh, and I have a gadget coming for trading card games that I'm looking forward to using. Let's keep going. So the next article is over in the Marvel channel. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, the latest band to pull all music from Spotify. The crusade against Spotify from different artists continues. Recently, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard released a statement on Insta informing their fans that they would remove their music from the streaming service. Hello, friends. A PSA to those unaware. Spotify CEO Daniel Ek invests millions in AI military drone technology. We just removed our music from the platform. Can we put pressure on these Dr. Evil tech bros to do better? Join us on another platform, the group writes. New demos collection out everywhere except Spotify. F Spotify, says King Gizzard in a separate post. And that you can even bootleg it. So Caleb Catlin over at Vice.com put the article together. This is really interesting because in a matter of 3 days, I heard about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard twice. Small world, I guess. So there you go. If you're looking for anything from King Gizzard, they're not on Spotify anymore. There's more always over at the article that we source, and we always cite to them. So you can follow the link through ohmTown. And ohmTown only has a tiny little bit of it. So, and it's provided by the sources. So let's keep going. The next article is over on the Wanted channel. Frigidaire mini fridges causes $700,000 in damage after smoking, sparking, burning, melting, overheating, and catching fire. It slices, it dices, it cools, it heats, it freezes, it melts, it keeps your food fresh, and then cooks it. It's the Frigidaire mini fridge. Yeah. Did you know that refrigerator doesn't have a D in it? It was weird because we always call them fridges, Fridg, but I don't think it has a G, right? Yeah, refrigerator doesn't have a D in it. Anyway, head explode. Anyway, Matt Novak over at the Gizmodo.com site has a deck statement that says the retro fridges can be dangerous. I have a similar fridge to this. It's just bigger and not Frigidaire. But it says over 600,000 Frigidaire mini fridges are being recalled over internal electrical components that have short-circuited and ignited, according to an announcement by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. The faulty fridges have cost over $700,000 in property damage thus far. So, I mean, basically $1 per fridge. So it's not that much, right? All of them spontaneously combusted. It's like the one Halloween horror movie where they were handing out these masks that have some occult thing involved in it. Anyway, you have to watch the show. So the fridges were sold at Walmart and other physical retail stores nationwide. They were sold online at Walmart.com and Amazon.com from January 2020 to 2023 December. According to the CPSC, sold in a variety of colors, the mini fridges retailed for $36 to $40, came in 2 sizes that could hold 6 or 9 cans. Nice. Anyway, the affected units are distributed by a Canadian company called Curtis International, and the list of damage that's been reported is extensive. 26 reports of the mini fridges basically melting down. $700,000, the maximum mini fridge, I suppose. Let's keep going. The next article is over in the mobile channel. Why does this laptop screen extend when you wave your hand at it? They say they're baffled. The author of this over at Vice says they're baffled, slightly impressed, but baffled. You wave your hand at the Lenovo ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 rollable, and its screen expands from a respectable 14 to 16.7 inches, and it all happens automatically. The screen slides upward like a curtain before a theater show powered by presumably electric motors, magic, and hope. They say, am I the only one who thinks that this is a neat feature? But the ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 rollable is $3,300 before you add options. I think it's dumb. Unless it's rollable in terms of the entire screen can roll into a little cylinder. And it has no back or anything like that. It's just it's kind of like a slap bracelet. I want to be able to extend it, and then when I'm done, just smack it on the side and it rolls up really tight. Matt Janser over at Vice.com says, "Call me a killjoy, but this seems like something fun to watch when it's somebody else paying for it." Yeah, I agree. So there's a link to it. And more information, but it says it certainly expands the screen a lot larger than 2.7 inches seems like. Well, that's what they tell you. So they'd expect it to be useful part of the way between a laptop's normal screen and a standalone monitor, which is typically in the 20-something inch range and above and has more real estate than the ThinkBook, even when extended. Yep, I agree. And really, what most people should have is a secondary screen, even with a laptop. I mean, you got another HDMI on most laptops. You might as well just plug into it and have a second screen. It doubles your workflow. It zeroes friction in terms of accessibility so that you can always have notes on one side or something else reference on one side and you're working on your primary monitor. I have more monitors than that, and it's amazing how easy it is to get to information when you don't have to tab, flip, and whatever crap, hunt for a window that's on your desktop. But $3,300, yeah, this is dumb. So I wouldn't want this, and I wouldn't want to pay $3,300 for it. All right, the next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Bonkers NASA mission aims to drop 6 helicopters onto Mars from space. Not sure why there's 6. Seems rather arbitrary. The concept dubbed Skyfall builds on NASA's extremely successful and revolutionary Ingenuity Mars helicopter, which became the first man-made object to achieve powered flight on another planet in 2021. It flew a whopping 72 times over 3 years, vastly exceeding expectations. AeroVironment's, wow, that is a horrible name, plan is to deploy 6 helicopters on Mars, where they would explore many of the sites selected by NASA and industry as top candidate landing sites for America's first Martian astronauts. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So hell yeah is the deck statement. Victor Tangerman put the article together, and it's over at futurism.com. 6. Not 1, not 2. Do you know what's better than 8-minute abs? 7-minute abs. You know what's better than 1 helicopter flying around on Mars? 6. That's right. Hell yeah. AeroVironments. I get it, what it's supposed to be. Environments. AeroVironments. Environments. Aero-environment. Whatever. It's a stupid name. Plan is to deploy 6 scout helicopters on Mars, where they would explore many of the sites selected by NASA. As seen in a flashy animation, the Skyfall maneuver will attempt to deploy 6 rotorcraft from a much larger spacecraft during its descent through the Martian atmosphere, making it a highly ambitious endeavor. However, the plan would also eliminate the necessity for a landing platform. Additionally, one of the most expensive, complex, and risky elements of any Mars mission. I don't see how that would be easier. It's not just a concept. It's not the only concept vying to follow up on the tremendous success of Ingenuity. In December, NASA showed off an SUV-sized Mars chopper with 6 rotor blades that could allow it to carry science payloads up to 11 pounds across distances of up to 1.9 miles per Mars day. All right. Let's keep going. The next article is over on the Mobile Channel. France petition against bee-killing pesticide tops 2 million backers. A student-led petition against a chemical deadly to bees reached more than 2 million signatures in France on Monday, increasing pressure on the president not to sign a bill allowing its use. Andrew Zenin over at phys.org put the article together. Yeah, stop killing bees. We're making a list. Stop killing hardware, stop killing software, stop killing games, stop killing bees. The insecticide is particularly sought after by beet and hazelnut growers who say that they have no alternative against pests and face unfair competition. The petition on France's lower house National Assembly's website has garnered more than 2.009 million. You know what? 2,009,000 people. A 23-year-old master's student launched a petition urging the French government to drop the law allowing the reintroduction of acetamiprid. There we go. Acetamiprid. 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 A pesticide that is harmful to ecosystems, but popular among farmers in Europe. So the contested legislation is dubbed the Duplom Law after its author, Laurent Duplom, a senator for the far right-wing Republican Party. The petition reached 500,000 signatures last weekend, a threshold after which the lower house may choose to hold a public debate, but that would be limited to the content of the petition, not the law itself. Backers at the height of summer included 400 people from the culinary world, including Michelin-starred chefs who have criticized the blindness of our politicians. It's about money and power and control, nothing else, right? You know, they say that their business is amoral and aethical and it doesn't take a position, but it's antisocial, it's maladaptive, and it tends to be sociopathic. Let's keep going. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Your Whistle pet tracker will stop working next month. Tractive is offering Whistle users a free replacement pet tracker, but Tractive, an Austrian company that makes smart location and activity trackers for dogs and cats, is expanding its presence in the U.S. by acquiring a competitor, Whistle, from Mars Pet Care. As a result of the acquisition, the Whistle platform is being shut down and its pet tracking devices will stop working, and you'll transfer your subscription over to a new Tractive device. So it's not so much acquiring the technology or anything, it's literally just buying them out, and now your options, choices, features, functions, etc. are going away, at least how you originally wanted them. Andrew Lazuski over at TheVerge.com put the article together. So you'll find out if you haven't been paying attention, kind of like with Password Manager from Microsoft. You're about to find out that your password tracker is going to ditch your passwords. Yep. They're going away at the end of this month. So you got today and tomorrow. So the free replacement devices will only be available until September 30th, 2025, and will require Whistle users to register on Tractive's platform through its website, select a new Tractive subscription, and provide the serial number of their current Whistle tracker. So if you don't pay attention, you're going to be out. So, the company's basic subscription plan starts at $108 if you subscribe for just 1 year, but a 2-year plan is discounted to $144. And that includes GPS location tracking, heart and respiratory rate monitoring, bark tracking, virtual fences, and escape alerts. and activity and sleep monitoring. The price of your premium plan is $120 for 1 year, $168 for 2 years, $300 for 5 years, and adds features like family sharing so additional people can track your pet, worldwide cellular coverage, year-long location history, and option to export the GPS data. Holy cow. I think only the government really has that on me, right? Oh, well, private industry does. And Big Brother has some data, but Little Sister is watching always. So let's move on. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. Man awarded $12,500 after Google Street View photographed his butt. The case really exposed a crack in Google's policies and this guy's backside. This is over at Gizmodo.com. The case really exposed a crack in Google's policies, and this guy's backside is the deck statement for this. A.J. Dellinger put the article together. The man, a police officer, was naked in his yard in 2017 when a Google Street View car came driving by, and even though he was behind a 6.5-foot tall fence, the camera caught him quite literally with his pants down. Google typically blurs faces when they appear on camera, but butts apparently can make it through the sensors. According to CBS News, the man claimed that he was humiliated by the situation, subjected to ridicule from his coworkers and neighbors, all because Google Street View could peep over his wall that kept his nudity private from his prying eyes at normal human heights. Google, per the report, argued that his wall was not high enough, which is technically true in the sense that it literally did not prevent him from being photographed, though one could reasonably assume that the wall was not installed with car-mounted 360-degree cameras in mind. Yeah, I agree. It's weird. The court pointed out that Google has a practice of blurring faces and license plates on phones taken by Street View cameras. License plates on phones? What? No, license plates on vehicles. Anyway, so it clearly understands the potential harm that could occur if it published a photo of someone without permission. Sort of. See, but you're out in public. I mean, anybody can take a picture of you. It's the commercial side of things that matters. So no one wants to appear exposed to the world as the day they were born, the judges wrote. But I guess you can be, in your backyard, and as long as there's nobody above, I guess, a degree of angle of attack, so that if I can see into your backyard, I don't know. It's interesting, right? Like, why are you in your backyard butt naked? It's your backyard. I don't know. I guess it shouldn't matter, right? So they got $12,500. I titled this, I'll let Google Street View photograph my butt for $6,000. I got a cute butt. The next article is over in the mobile channel. So yeah, I'm starting up an OnlyFans. Just kidding. It's called Only Mares. So the last article for today, July 28th, Mobile is where it's housed. Well, that's where it was aggregated to, but it comes from Vice. Would you visit an island populated with venomous snakes? The author of this did. About 90 miles off the coast of Brazil is a jagged little island crawling with snakes so venomous the government flat out banned anyone from going there. Locals call it, I'm not going to try a Quiamada Grande. You probably know it as Snake Island. Back in 2014, Vice tagged along on the Brazilian Navy's annual lighthouse mission to document what most people only learn through legend. The article is written by Ashley Fike. It's over at vice.com. Let's see. Scientists are racing to study the species whose venom carries a wealth of possible uses, including treatment for heart disease, blood clots, and even cancer, before poachers wipe it out completely. Smugglers are offering tens of thousands of dollars per critically endangered snake. Meanwhile, we're just trying not to die. There's a video that they attach in this post titled Snake Island. I'll mash the button, but I don't know if it's even going to play. No, it won't play. It's the nature of the air gap here in ohmTown. At any rate, go over and check it all out. If you want today's show notes, you can go over to Twitch and hit !NSN, and the show notes will get pulled out of ohmTown in the order that we go over them. But this is a time machine episode, so I'm going to be doing the 29th here in a minute. I just have to shut down and retool for the 29th, and then we're going to do that, which means that !NSN is going to pull up the 29th articles in the order that we go over them. So go and check that out. Hope you enjoyed the show. We are done, and I will see you in just a little bit. Bye-bye, everybody.